Great name, by the way.
Thank you. It took us a while. At first, it's called like a dolphin, and then we're like, that doesn't make sense. Hey, I'm Zach. I'm co-founder and CEO of Remora Robotics. I'm here today with my co-founder Harrison. And basically, there's going to be more plastic waste than fish in the ocean by 2050 if we don't do something about it. That's about one dump truck of trash every single minute. And over 90% of this waste is coming from city waterways before it gets to the ocean. As you'd imagine, this is causing a lot of damages worldwide, not only to our cities and our oceans, but as well as just like basic tourism at small beach towns. So these are like the current methods to do, like take care of the problem. You got floating trash cans, giant machinery, floating booms that are kind of static, and guys with nets. So we set out to solve the problem. We made this, the Remora. The Remora is an autonomous drone boat that cleans waste from waterways. Picture kind of like a Roomba, but on water. Its concept of operations are basically it starts in its docking station, then it goes out on a predetermined path. When it's on this path, if it identifies waste, it'll go grab the waste, get back on the path, and then once it's full or it needs to recharge, it'll go to its docking station and do that, and then it'll go back out and do it all over again. So here's a little product demo we made for you guys. Basically, the video on the right is showing you like how much you can carry at one time, while my favorite one is the bottom middle. Basically, this is a difficult maneuver. It's shallow, there's weeds, it's got to like back up and close its door at the same time. And yeah. So our target market is marinas, harbors, ports, and cities. We will be targeting cities though, mainly just because again, this is where like the majority of waste is coming from worldwide. So we're actually starting city trials next week, first with Melbourne, Florida. Then we'll be traveling to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hopefully long-term, we're going to try to expand all the way to Southeast Asia because this is where like the majority of waste really is coming from. We've got a team of 4 aerospace engineers with research backgrounds in waterways, drones, and materials. Yeah, that's it.
Great. So I can obviously visualize and understand the problem. I'm not sure I understand the customer. So can you talk about who's buying those trash cans?
Yeah, definitely. So right now, Seabin sold around 800 of them in under like 5 years, mainly to marinas and ports. I think like 4Ocean and some other like giant machinery is being more sold to cities currently.
And then how do you think about the process for selling into a city?
Right. So that's kind of like a long sales window. So that's also why we will be selling to B2B markets like ports and harbors and stuff, and marinas. Yeah, I mean, like right now, like the process really is just like a lot of cold calling and like going up the chain. We could actually go up the chain faster than you think. We've just been invited to like city council meetings and stuff like that. So.
And your pitch with them is, are they already in process where they're trying to buy, a non-autonomous version? And then you're like, no, don't do that. Do this instead. Or are you actually like pitching the product for the first time and the thought process for the first time? Your marinas are terrible. We got photos of it. Go clean it up.
Yeah. So like a lot of like the larger marinas do like it just for like it makes their marina seem more like advanced to the competitors and stuff. But in the B2G market, for example, Baton Rouge, apparently they've got a lot of trash all over their waterways and they're like renovating and stuff in the next year. So they're like, hey, we need someone to help like clean this all up and like do it long term. And we're like, okay, so we're gonna go down there and do that. Florida, it was just like they apparently just have a lot of trash in their rivers and lakes and stuff. And so yeah, we'll find out next week.
Yeah, it feels like a very good autonomous problem because it's such a controlled environment. And
yeah, go for it.
Looking for like bad things.
Thank you.
But I'm curious about capacity. Like it seems like a good, easy computer vision problem, but you're picking up trash and that looked a little small. Is that the right thing, or I have the wrong vision here?
No, yeah. So it's about 5 feet long and 3 feet wide. You're right. So like I guess the solution to that is just add more drones if you've got a lot of trash, or if you've got a giant waterway, again, add more drones. We could also just scale up the size of it pretty easily because it is just made of fiberglass and that just comes from a mold essentially. The software is like essentially the same as long as it's going around the same speed. So yeah, we could realistically scale up the size if we really wanted to.
And have you thought much about, one of the issues with autonomous and trying to get people out of it is that you're talking about a highly complex system at the very edge of the network. And so maintenance and support becomes a real issue. You don't have engineers around. Have you thought about how you're going to handle a broken down autonomous vehicle in the middle of a river?
Yeah, we have thought about this a lot. And like, honestly, in the beginning, it's just going to be about like lowering our maintenance windows. So like initially, like, we're probably gonna be fixing the drone like every week if something is going to go wrong. Right. But we're hoping to shrink that to like, maybe once a month or maybe once every couple months or a year. And like it's also got cameras on it, and like we can call in remotely if it's stuck and like figure out what's wrong. So yeah, we've thought a lot about like mitigation of things going wrong.
And if I could add on to that, our way of development, our stages of development, we're able to analyze based off of that maintenance window. So as that maintenance window closes over time and becomes smaller and smaller, that is a good indicator to ourselves that the product is becoming closer and closer to the final model.
Yeah, just monitoring that over time. And of course, you can try and pick customers that might be in clusters or something.
Right.
Yeah,
I
imagine that's going to be tough. It's water's not great for electronics as it is, right? But that's why I guess if you solve it, you'll have maybe a competitive barrier to entry. That's great. Congrats.
Thanks a lot, Nabeel.
Thank you so much.